In Matthew 23, we have humility and hypocrisy highlighted, and we have woes and weeping. Jesus begins by gathering to himself the crowds and speaks to all of them, his disciples. And he says, the scribes and the Pharisees, they love to sit in Moses' seat. They teach, they expect you to follow, they expect you to do as they say and not as they do. They make long phylacteries, they want to be greeted in a certain way, they are attached to their titles, they're proud. But the ones who really want to follow me are not called to be instructors, they're not called to be rabbis, they're not called to be bearers of lofty titles that they insist upon. They're called to be servants. And those who exalt themselves will be humbled. And those who humble themselves will be exalted. And then he goes into a long diatribe with a series of woes that are all related to spiritual pride, to arrogance, and to hypocrisy. In fact, he begins by saying, "Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites." And I think you know that the word hypocrite was an ancient Greek word for actor in a play, and it came to be associated with people who live a lifestyle where they're just playing a part, just going through a role. The hypocrisy of pride, the hypocrisy of being a blind guide, the hypocrisy of legalism, tithing the mint and cumin, and neglecting the weightier matters of the law, which Jesus said were the laws of love and justice and mercy and faith. Woe, he says, you hypocrites, you're cleaning out the outside of the cup, but you're leaving the inside filthy and putrid. Oh, woe to you. You're like whitewashed tombs, he says. Hypocrites, you build tombs for the prophets, you decorate their graves, but then you turn on the prophets of your own time and you draw innocent blood. That's the woes. And then comes the weeping. Jerusalem, Jerusalem, the city that kills the prophets and stones those who are sent to it. How often I have desired to gather your children together as a hen gathers her brood under her wings, and you were not willing. Oh, you're going to be desolate. And you won't see me again until you say, "Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord." The contrast is stark and compelling. Hypocrisy or humility. It's also rather obvious because Jesus says that we will all come to the place of humility, either willingly or unwillingly. And also, whether willingly or unwillingly, we will come around to a new way of thinking that declares, "Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord." When offered the choice in our time between hypocrisy and humility, let us understand the futility of hypocrisy and the eternity of humility, and choose the humility that lifts us rather than the hypocrisy that drags us down.